same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. We're known for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me.
Oh yeah, so catchy. You guys, happy motherfucking Thursday night. Welcome to Hard-Headed Comedy Presents Still Standing Monologues. I am your host for this evening, Luz Michelle. Too much. Oh, you guys, it's Tuesday. It's Thursday. You have to excuse me. I have a very lovely, absolutely fantastic lineup for you tonight. It's ladies' night. I'm going to introduce you to all of them in a little bit. We're going to get to know each other a little bit more. And then we're going to do our regular In History Today stuff. You won't even believe what I found out with that stuff. But, you know, let's get to the therapy section of comedy, right? I feel lately like we're all just living a very dumpster style lifestyle, right? It's like everything could be going good, like not fantastic, but just like good. You're in your days, you got your routines, and then something horrible like Betty White dies. And we're just like pushed again into like the darkness. It's like, what? Like I had a lovely holiday with my family. It was just the 4 of us and my dog, and it was great. It was perfect. You know, I'm not going to complain. We're very blessed. But my kids have been home since like December 18th, and I have no voice. You know, I'm losing my voice. Ones that know me know that I am a screamer. I love to be heard, I guess. So that's what's going on with my voice. It's not COVID. I know I sound like everyone else that says that, but this is me after screaming my head off for 3 weeks. That's all. I am one of many who entered the 40-40 club during this whole dumpster dive lifestyle. And I've learned about almost 2 years in that in your 40s, you pretty much wake up every day sore for no reason. No reason. Like, you're talking my 20s, my 30s, I partied hard. I was a wild child the whole nine. I never woke up feeling terrible. All of a sudden, once the second year of the 40s hit, like I have that now. Like I wake up with aches and pains. What is, and I'm doing everything. I'm taking all these teas, I'm taking all these supplements, I'm walking an hour in the freezing cold. Like, I don't like it. I don't like this. It's like getting out of bed. Like I make noises to get out of bed. You know, that's not where I want to be right now. You know? Would love for that to shift. So things are happening in New York. New York, it's been a very interesting place to live in during this pandemic. One of my favorite things was no matter what venue you walked by in the city, whether it was a theater or a bar or a store or a restaurant, they'd have signs on the doors that said, if you're vaxxed, then you don't have to mask. But nobody was checking, you know, like, I'm not feeling safe, you know, like I don't understand. I don't see what's going on. Like I remember when things started to lift and I did like one of my first live comedy shows indoors. Like I couldn't believe people didn't have masks on. Like I felt like the person walking around in a hazardous suit, you know, because I had a mask on. It was crazy. But another thing that was crazy was when New York was like, we're going to do the honor system. I was like, excuse me? The honor system in New York? Like every week you will see a man masturbate on a train and it's 100% socially acceptable. People walk around it. They go into the next car. An honor system? Come on. I saw a middle-aged woman like 2 weeks ago take a crap on Park Avenue at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, like nothing. Again, it was completely socially acceptable. What? But yeah, let's do an honor system. Yeah. go New York. I will say though, my favorite people right now are the ones in Staten Island. They're like making banners. They're in the streets and they're screaming. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, "My body, my right, my body, my right." It's like I sit there and I'm like, welcome to women's rights. Aww. How does that feel? Someone telling you what you can and cannot do with your body, and you're never going to meet them. Oh, yeah. It's not supposed to be funny. I'm just using my platform. That's what that is. Uh, I did my best to avoid the whole crap of like New Year, New Me, or New Year's resolutions. I don't like doing that whole expectation thing. I always notice I do the opposite, like I rebel, whatever the resolution was I made. So I had to be honest with myself. There was some things, I was like, I'm a smart bitch. I'm going to hit the restart button like on at least two things. So one thing I did do so far in the new year is I'm taking a break from a very toxic relationship that I had in my life. I didn't even know it was toxic. I just noticed that whenever I woke up in the morning after being with them, I always felt terrible. Or when I was with them, I was very abusive. I noticed a lot of clinginess was starting to happen. So I can honestly sit here today and say that I'm 12 days sober from alcohol. We're taking a break. Yeah, we're taking a it went somewhere, it just, having whiskey on the rocks at 2 o'clock in the afternoon by yourself, something's going on, honey, when it's like consecutive days in a row, so just a little break. And it's like, I love tequila and whiskey and vodka and rum and champagne and 2 bottles of wine at dinner, but there's only so many days in the week, so that's what I'm doing. But I've noticed all I'm doing is replacing liquids with another liquid. Like now I'm obsessed on making herbal teas. I'm drinking juices. I'm making celery juice. Like I have days where I have to remind myself when I'm in the bathroom that I had beet juice. Like you forget that how these things, we'll call them things, they're just vegetables, but how they affect your body. So I'm detoxing. That's what's happening. Um, I'm sure I'm not the only one that'll say being in a relationship during this whole pandemic. It's very interesting, right? It's water, it's lemon and cucumber. It's good, it's good. It's not tequila on the rocks, but it's good. My husband and I have been together for 10 years. We're married for 5. According to society, we did everything backwards. Like first we moved in, then we had a kid, then we got a mortgage, then we had another kid, then we got married, and then we became Facebook friends. You gotta be really sure, that you have that commitment. So during the pandemic, I'm sorry, a couple of years before the pandemic, my husband was like, it'd be a really positive idea if we left Brooklyn, New York, and we moved to Westchester. It'll be a better quality of life for us. So during the pandemic, living in Westchester, we had the cops called on us twice. That was fun. That was so fun. My background, just to defend myself, I'm half Colombian, I'm half Native Indian, adopted by 2 Eastern European Jews, and I grew up in the Forgotten Borough that used to have the second biggest dump in the world that they now call Heroin Island, Staten Island, New York. So I have a little bit of a temper, And my husband, he's my matzo con pollo, aka my Jurican, which means if you piss him off, he'll stab you in your neck, watch you bleed out, take all of your money, and then put it in the bank for his family, of course. He's not a monster. So, we're Hispanics, we're Latinos, like we're loud, we talk with our hands, we're aggressive, we throw things to make our point get across, but according to the neighbors, it made them nervous and they thought really bad things were happening. The second time the cop came, though, because it's the same cop, 'cause we live in a town. I look out the, same guy. I look out the window and I see him. He's like shaking his head, like he's judging, he's creating this story. So when I got outside, I was like, officer, with all due respect, I feel like we kind of know each other now. I don't appreciate that you like created this story about me. And he's like, I did no such thing. I'm like, you did too. I'm like, but in all honesty, there's no way I'm going to feel bad about my choices because I'm not the only woman in New York during a pandemic that by accident threw a skillet through the kitchen window and it hit her husband's window shield. Like, I'm not the only one. Like, trust me, there's women out there doing way worse shit, All right, you guys, that was the fun part. I'm going to do a real quick fun what happened today in history. And then we're going to bring on the Rebecca Kaplan. Yes, we are. So really fun facts. Real quick, I'm going to do this. So today in history, the bridge that connects New York to New Jersey was named the George Washington Memorial Bridge. It was named today. Also today, the first ejection seat for an emergency happened today. That's something. I thought it was interesting. Also today, President George Bush choked on a pretzel and passed out. That happened today. The first woman in history to take a seat in the New York Stock Exchange also happened today, and she was the first to change the male tradition. Ladies. And last but not least, today in history, Mr. Woody Allen was caught with nude pictures of his daughter. Yeah, that happened today. And here we all are together. All right, you guys. That's your Lose Michelle minute. We're going to get this train moving. Are you ladies ready? Miss Rhonda,
Yeah.
Miss Lynette Palladino, we're ready to get going, you guys. So I want you to put your hands together and get your love together. This fine lady has a show called Glass Houses on Instagram. Catch her. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Rebecca Kaplan.
Hey, how are you guys? Thanks so much for having me on. I don't know. Here's like a fun fact for everyone. Did you guys know that in the 1700s, people used to give each other miniature portraits of each other's eyes when they were going to be apart for a long time to remember each other by? Isn't that sweet? I don't know. I do kind of wonder though, like, how many of those men were like, yeah, this painting of your eye is nice, but what would be better as nudes. Like nothing will help you remember me. Not help me remember you on this vast sea voyage more than a little painting of your vajayjay. It would have just been like a ball of hair, because like back in the day they didn't shave. I don't know. I literally just did another Zoom show, and I asked a man, like a stranger, what his favorite style of vaginal hair was, and then his wife came off screen and was like, "Don't talk to my husband like that." I feel like I might have destroyed a marriage tonight. They were arguing for a while. I don't know. Lynette, have you ever destroyed a marriage before?
Well, it depends on who you ask, but no.
Oh man, I want to hear that story later, but I don't know. I won't ask any of you this, but I think that no, I think modern men are like giant wimps about body hair on women. They're all like, I don't know what to do. There's so much hair. You know what my ancestors did? They freaking dealt with it, like my existence is proof that it's possible to procreate like this. I don't know. I do like to give men a warning before any clothes come off, though, in case they want to like opt out. Like, I was talking to this guy once, and I was like, "Look, just so you know, I haven't shaved in a couple of months or maybe a year," and he was like, "No, that's perfect. That's my favorite porn category." And I was like, "Oh, it's cool. I didn't know there was a category for that." I've always wanted to be somebody's favorite something, though. Um, it's like sweet. I think like I don't know. I think that more dating apps should come with porn search terms. Like that would just be really convenient. Like if you could just type "tiny Jewish girl full bush" into Tinder and I came up. Like I'm not lazy. This is just my brand. I don't know. I don't know. This is another like just do you think like that women who do baby talk in daily life ever use it to get out of stuff? Like sorry officer, I am 3 years old and I cannot be tried as an adult. I don't know. I don't know. I like or any of you online dating. I don't know. I feel like there should be a version of that where you like just agree like not to meet or message or even look at each other's profiles, and instead you just stay home and eat a sandwich. That's like the online dating experience I like. I was trying to do it a bit last year. Like I was swiping. But I kept having to tell dudes like sorry, can we reschedule tonight? Like I know it's last minute, but I totally forgot that I'm wildly depressed and I have no interest at all in meeting. It's just really embarrassing. I don't know. Do any of you like it's just like wishful thinking? Like maybe I like could have been in the mood to meet this guy. I don't know, but I don't know. It's like, how do you tell a guy like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, use like, sorry, I have to like wash my hair as an excuse. Like that's like a cliche thing. But like when I'm like canceling dates, when I'm like severely depressed, it's like, no, I like actually like really I legitimately need to wash my hair, like I haven't showered in like 5 days. But the sad thing is I like never do wash my hair. I just watch TV. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's also like, I don't know. A lot of people have been asking each other like, are you okay lately? And I'm like really tired of it because like, it's like we've all had the worst 2 years of our lives like collectively at the same time. It's like nobody's doing okay, right? Like we need to stop asking are you okay and like start asking what we really mean, which is like, are you okay enough that you're not thinking about killing yourself right now? Oh, you are? Well, is it just passive ideation or do you have a plan? Like, I don't know. Like, are you okay enough that I can like stop thinking about you and go back to my own problems, which are equally, if not more, as distressing to me than yours? I don't know. I don't know if you guys know this, but like suicidal thoughts have like spiked among teenagers recently, and I feel like that's really sad because you feel like you want to kill yourself all the time, and you're not even special for it. Like back in my day, wanting to kill yourself like meant something, It's I don't know. I don't feel suicidal right now. Also, but if I ever do commit suicide, I'm going to stage it to look like autoerotic asphyxiation, like, just to keep them guessing. Someone asked me if women actually do that, and I was like, yeah, women actually attempt far more often than men, but with far less success. And that's true for both suicide and masturbation. So, and, but I will say though that if any of you ever need to talk to somebody, I will absolutely be there at any time of day or night. I will be right there to copy and paste the suicide hotline prevention number. And if you need to talk to somebody, just call them, and somebody there will talk to you for sure. It's like, I don't know. It's like I don't know. I do like think it's great that the suicide hotline exists, but I hope that I never have to use it because I like mumble a lot. You know, like I've never once gotten the hairstyle like that I asked for. You know, like I never get the food that I want at a restaurant. Like I really don't want to be in a situation where I'm like feeling like that low and I have to like explain myself coherently on the phone, you know. They'd be like, what's going on? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm in a really dark place right now. And they'll be like, what? Could you repeat that? Be like, yeah, I got a gun. I'm not gonna piss out like all those other women that fail in their suicide attempts. They'll be like, sorry, ma'am, I can't understand what you're saying. And you might want to hang up. This hotline is for people who are confident in their suicide attempt. I don't know. I think. I mean, yeah, I think. All right, that's my time. Thank you. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Rebecca T. Kaplan. Keep it going.
Yay! Give it up for Miss Rebecca Kaplan. Yes, on a Thursday night. You know, I 100% agree with you. The asking, "Are you okay?" Right? It's. I don't know. It's a loaded question because it's like, yeah, no, I'm not. And if I tell you I'm not, you're not even going to give a shit. You're just asking me if I'm okay because it's just a question to ask. Yeah. No, I'm not fucking okay. You probably should just yell at the top of your lungs like, no, I'm not, motherfucker. I'm not. They'll never ask you again. All right, you guys. It is time for the next comedian. I'm a big fan, just saying. Her Instagram will be running at the bottom of the screen as you saw. So is Miss Rebecca Kaplan's. Follow. This next lady coming to the stage. She's been on Netflix, HBO, and America's Next Top Model. Please give it up for the Miss Sarah Hutchon.
Hello. Oh my goodness. I absolutely should have better lighting for someone that was on America's Next Top Model. I have so many ring lights and I just couldn't be arsed. I'm so sorry. So I having an Elizabeth Taylor filter here. Hello. I'm excited to be here. It's Thursday night, halfway through February. Time is meaningless. World might be ending. That's what TikTok says. TikTok says that the world is ending, society is collapsing, and bootcut jeans are coming back. So that's all bad news. That's all really bad news. Equally impactful, honestly, on my life. I'm sure. Is anybody doing dry January?
Yeah, I'm trying not to call it that, but yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I am not so much doing dry January as I am pregnant. So
yes.
same result. Which is that if I drink, people will judge me for it. You know what I mean? I'll get a couple, like I might do it, but no. I am pregnant. I'm pregnant on purpose. which I do feel the need to add. Only in New York City, though. Everywhere else are like, yeah, of course you're pregnant. Of course you're married. You're 30 years old. Why wouldn't you be? And in New York, they're like, oh my God, babies having babies. What are you, a Republican? You're married? At that age? No, couldn't. It's hilarious. But I am. And you know, if I, cause the other thing is some of my friends were like, are we happy about it? And I was like, okay, if I was not happy about this pregnancy, you would never know. Okay. Like it would be a muy diferente conversación. You know what I mean? Like it would be like, I am not pregnant. I am up $100. Do you understand? Totes abortion. Like absolument no question. Like, so I am, it was planned. I planned it. My husband and I were trying, which is exciting. It's very exciting. Like trying is great because nobody cares about married people having sex. No one wants to see it. No one wants to hear about it, right? Eyes Wide Shut is supposed to be this sexy movie. It's full of orgies. They're wearing masks, and nobody went to see it because it was a married couple. No one wants to see Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise fuck. And I was like, how's that true? Because I just want to know the logistics of it. Like, how does he get up there? Right? I don't care that they're married. I don't understand how his dick does he have a little step stool? I got questions. That's a really topical joke. That movie only came out, what, 20 years ago? It's fine. But then when you're trying, you get to walk up to your family and be like, what's up? We're raw dogging. And they're excited about it. It's amazing. After years of my parents being like, no, absolutely not. Don't even think about it. No sex for you. They're like, I think it's about time you raw dog your husband. Like, have you raw dogged your husband yet? But it's also like trying was exciting because, you know, I love my husband. I find him very attractive. We still have a lot of sex, but it's never urgent sex when you're married, right? It's never, I have to have you now. It's always like, I have to have you now or later. You're around. You're around. Lock down. You know what I mean? There's Netflix, there's pizza, there's sex. We got options. We can do whatever. But then when you're trying, it's like, it has to be today. Like, we have to do it today. Great. It's also fun to call someone daddy and mean it. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes it a little sassier. We actually, we didn't get to tell anybody that we were trying. Like, we didn't get to, you know, tell our family, which was a bummer. Because we got pregnant I got pregnant on the first try. Which I guess is good. But like trying was so fun. I was like, oh, that's it? We don't get no more? Oh, that's too bad. Cause like, yeah. I feel like also, you know, I used to be gay and I still am as well. And look, I love sex with my husband, but like, but it's not gay sex. You know what I mean? You ever had gay sex? And it's like and I was like, oh my God. Now I was like, it's this whole other world that you think you've had all the sex until you try, is what I'm saying. It's fucking great. It's amazing. But we are now telling people that I'm pregnant, obviously, because I'm telling strangers. Which is weird. It's weird because it's just, I didn't actually think that I would want to talk about it, but it got to the point where it was just a little bit hard to hide because I gag at weird things. And also all my friends were like, ooh, Sarah got fat. And I was like, yes, and. Okay? Yes, and. Both. Also, it was just weird that I was like, oh, do I have a drinking problem? Because everyone was like, what do you mean you're not drinking? That's not you. And I was like, oh no. Did I? Like, you don't realize how much you love drinking until all your friends are like, no, I cannot even wrap my head around a world in which you are not drunk right now. And I was like, oh, you know what? That's fair. But it's weird telling people because they all ask the same question, down to the wording, down to the exact phrase. It's never "how are you?" It's never "how is it going?" It is always "how are you feeling?"
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling? 4 times a day. I get it. I don't know how to answer that question. I feel pregnant, bitch. And I know I'm not supposed to be honest, right? I'm supposed to say, "Oh, I'm good. I'm excited. A little nauseous, but it's all good." Like just float off into airy nothingness on a cloud, on an angel. No. I feel hungover and sober. It sucks. Like I feel disgusting and horny at the same time. I feel like if I don't get fucked and fed a boneless chicken wing in the next hour, I will lose my goddamn shit, Susan. That's how I feel. I'm nauseous, a little bit really excited. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know what to say. And I don't understand people who don't. I'm gonna find out the sex, because I don't understand people who can wait the whole time without finding out. I mean, more power to them. That's amazing. But I personally, I have to know if I have a dick in me. I gotta know. What, I'm just supposed to walk around not knowing? I'm not gonna tell people. I don't think I want to tell people what I'm having, but because like I have to know. I don't need other people to know, right? Like just like I don't need to know when anybody else has a dick in them. That's not information for me. That's you. That's for you. That's private. You know. But I gotta know. It's also, I don't know. It's been interesting to see how the changes. I mean, because you hear about a lot of them. You also don't hear about a lot of it. Like so much of pregnancy is just sitting there while somebody tells you the most insane thing you've ever heard in your life, and you go, "Oh, okay, interesting." Like I've had midwives look me in the face and talk about a bowl of placenta, and I've just had to be like, "Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that's a term that's not a Mad Libs of a term. Absolutely, okay." And like my doctor was like, "Well, because you gained 4 pounds of blood," and I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, no, okay, you gain 4 pounds of blood while you are pregnant." I'm just going to act like that's not the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my whole life. And then also, like, there's things I didn't expect to change because my husband and I were, like, very close. That's why we decided to have, I didn't think, it makes sense, of course, like, that biologically I would love him more now that he is going to be my baby daddy. But it's made me stupid. Like, I am stupid in love with him. Like, I've never been a jealous person. One time, one of my hottest friends crouched over my boyfriend's head, buck naked, and I laughed. I've never had any romantic jealousy. If somebody even crouched if someone did a squat near my husband now, I would pluck out all their pubic hairs with my nails. I would rip them right out. I would give him a Brazilian on the spot. My friend did crouch over my boyfriend's head. I'm gonna tell that story very, very quickly. Here's what happened. It's a weird note to go out on, but you can't drop that piece of information and not give some context. So we were young, we were going out in the city, and we all got pretty drunk. One of my friend got drunker than all of us, but we didn't really realize that. We all piled into bed in my friend's apartment. It's like a puppy pile. My boyfriend and now husband, we were sleeping on the floor in the same room as my friend, who is, by the way, a hotter, taller version of me. And I'm tall. I'm almost 6 feet. And she's just like a Amazon. Let's call her Elena because that is her name. And I woke up in the middle of the night and she was squatting over my boyfriend's head with no pants on. And she had talked about how hot she thought he was. And I was like, wow, this is a move. So I was like, hey, Elena, what's up? what you doing? And I laughed. And then she punched me in the face. So she punches me in the face and goes, you know what, Sarah? And I was like, I really don't. And then she gets up to leave. She leaves. And my husband wakes up and goes, why is my hair wet? And then I made a game time decision that I think about probably once a month. And it has been more than 10 years. But like, if we were going to deal with that, we were going to deal with that. We were going to have to wake everybody up. He was going to have to take a shower. We're going to have to leave, get him a new shirt. So I said, nothing, baby. Just go back to sleep. And we did. We went back to sleep and we dealt with it in the morning. Anyways, then he married me and knocked me up. So all's well that ends well. Thank you guys so much.
You guys, give it up for Miss Sarah Archon. Yes, that's right, Mama. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness. I love babies. I love babies. I really do. Then once they turn 4, it's like,
Or 2.
Yeah. Or 2. Yeah, 2 is terrible too. It's like people like, this is a terrible stage. I'm like, every stage is terrible and it's okay to say that. Like, it's okay. Oh man, but yeah. I remember when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. Oh God. No, I'm sorry, my son. I literally had buried my dad like 2 weeks before that, and I was having like cramps, and I was like, oh God, watch it something. So the woman's giving me a scan, and she was very bubbly, very happy woman, and she's like, oh my God, y'all ain't have cancer, you're pregnant. And I was like, what? Like, I just stared at the screen with like horror and disgust, and she's like, this is happy. And I was like, for who? I'm supposed to mourn and like drink whiskey bottles and like throw up on the lawn and pass out. Like, what? What? No. So congratulations. All right, you guys. This next comedian coming to the stage, she was a finalist in the HBO Latino stand-up competition. Please give it up for Miss Lynette Palladino.
Hi. So I have to confess I am over 2022 already. This year is trash. Anybody feel the same way? Yeah. I can't. My husband and I had the brilliant idea that in October, before Omicron was in our lexicon, that we would start the year on a vacation, right? We take one ski trip a year, and we were going to fly out New Year's Day direct from Newark to Vail, Colorado. And United was like, the fuck you will. So they canceled our flight completely. And we rebooked ourselves on a flight from LaGuardia to Denver to Vail. Because Vail is 20 minutes from the slopes. You land and you can be skiing in an hour, hour and a half. Denver is a nearly 3-hour drive from the slopes, and it's on a shitty 2-lane highway through a mountain pass with sketchy cell phone service. And we're like, no, we'll take the flight. The flight from Denver to Vail is 19 minutes. Our layover, because we got delayed in Denver, was 8 hours. On New Year's Day. First day of the year. Yay. We could have flown back and forth between Denver and Vail 24 times. Yeah. And it wasn't like a normal delay, right? It's not like, hey guys, there's some maintenance or we're bringing food onto the plane. Just come back in 2 hours. Go like enjoy the lounge. None of that shit. No. For every 30 minutes for 8 hours, United would be like, it's delayed another 30 minutes. After 3 hours, I was like, just fucking cancel it. Just cancel. Like, I'll drive there myself. I'll figure this out. So we finally get to Vail, way past the time we're supposed to have gotten there, and half our bags are missing. Yeah. half our bags. And it's not like, the bag with your underwear and your toothbrush, like easy shit you can replace at Walmart. No, it's the bag with our car seat and all of our ski gear. The whole fucking reason for flying to Vail. Like what? And then so United, I guess this happens on the regular. United gives us a loaner car seat. Wow. This shit was ghetto. Like I was like, how many babies have had a blowout in this thing? It was horrific. This is like a taco shell with cushions on it. I cannot describe. I don't even know how it passed any sort of regulations. Like this can't be safe. And that's what they sent us to our hotel in. So for 4 of our 7-day trip, we didn't have the gear to do what we flew there to do. Yeah, and I know this sounds bougie. Oh, and sorry, your ski trip got fucked up. I didn't start skiing till I was 27, so I get it. I was poor too once. I got married. We're doing better now. Like that's it. So you think, all right, it's not going to get any worse, right? Like that's pretty shitty. Like it's got to get better. No. Oh. We decide to skip the Vail to Denver flight. We're not doing that shit again. We're just going to drive it. We check the weather. It said a light dusting. Now look, I'm from the Northeast. Coloradoans, they get snow. I understand that in like Georgia and Texas, a light dusting shuts down your city. No. And if you're a New Yorker, you blow that shit off your windshield and you keep moving. Except this was not a light dusting. This was like Queen Elsa's on her period and she's on the warpath. Like she fucking unleashed. I have never in my life seen a mile of tractor trailers and truckers pulled off to the side of the road because they have to put snow chains on their tires. And I am in a rented Kia Sportage going, oh, this is it, huh? This is where we die. Great. This is great. So glad we finally filled out our wells. Like it's like it was horrible. It was so bad. What should have taken 3 hours took 5. I'm like in between mountain passes trying to get us on like the later flight so we could eventually finally get home. So we get to Denver International Airport. And all I want to do is go to the United Lounge and drink my face off. My kid is eating brownies for dinner. I've got a fucking Prosecco in hand. It's great. I forgive you, United. It's fine. Well, the United Lounge at Denver Airport. You enter at the terminal level. The United agent gatekeepers say, come this way. No, not you, peasant. You stay there. Come, club members. And you go up this massive escalator to where the lounge area is. So now we're leaving. My 3.5-year-old daughter is all about, I do it myself. I do it by myself, Mom. I'm like, that's right, baby girl. You do whatever you want. So I get on the escalator first. She gets on a couple steps behind me. And out of nowhere, we hear an alarm. It's just like, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm looking down at the United agent, and then the escalator stops. Just stops moving abruptly, I might add. Now I'm an adult. I understand momentum. My 3.5-year-old does not. So we both, the United agent and I, lock eyes. We turn to watch my daughter fall face forward down escalator steps, which is literally a recurring nightmare for me. And then, I don't know if you've ever seen, and that's going to be a lawsuit register on someone's eyes, but that's what it said. That is definitely what ran through that United agent's mind, because my daughter fell forward and now she's screaming bloody murder. Scoop her onto my lap. I'm doing a check, like no head injury, no face. She's got all her little teeth. We're cool. And she's just wailing, as she should be. So the United agent comes over and she's like, is there anything we can do? And I'm like, do you have stickers? No, I know what you're thinking. Like, don't you think you should ask for some ice? No, Oh, because to a 3-year-old, stickers are like crack. Fuck your ice. She doesn't want your ice. She wants stickers. And sure as shit, United came back with some stickers, which makes me think this has happened before. Like how frequently is United fucking up a toddler's day that they have stickers on hand? And these weren't regular stickers. These weren't like, oh, A plus, good job, gold star. No, these stickers were an activity. It was a fish, and you could put eyes on the fish, and glasses, and a bow, and a funny mouth. These were fancy stickers. Wow. So we finally make it back to New York. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm putting my kid into her pajamas, and I notice on her belly little escalator track marks. 1, 2, 3. There. I'm like, oh, Peanut, you got ouchie? She's like, yeah. I'm like, can I take picture? And she said, no. And I was like, but we're gonna fly first class to Hawaii. It's crazy. That happened January 8th. No one from United has called me yet. They took all of my information down. No one has called to check in on us. It's crazy to me. That has been 8 of the 13 days of my new year. Like, I'm done. I'm ready for 23. Like, we're calling this a wash. I can't. Like, and I have really like lovely friends. Actually, it's a mutual friend Sarah and I have in common together. I was like I was like, I just don't feel like I made a lot of progress in 2021, like especially career wise. Like I didn't get a new credit. I'm not passing any new clubs. Like she's like, it was a global pandemic, Lynette. I'm like, in 2020 I did HBO. Like, let's be real. Let's keep it real. Be like, yeah, you know what? This year you did suck. Do better next year. We're like, yeah, 2022 has ruled that out. I need to move on. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Lynette Palladino.
Yay, give it up for Miss Lynette Palladino. Yes. But yeah, the car seat. Yeah. Yeah. I had that. It was the first trip we ever took with the baby. And I trusted Hertz to just rent theirs. And it was horrific. It was, I guess it used to be white. It was 100% yellow. Like the whole thing was yellow. The whole thing was yellow. And the fabric had like lines through it as if like claws. And all it did was the seatbelt went through a loop in the back of it and you clipped it in. You're talking, I had a newborn. Like, what the fuck am I putting him in here? So yeah, always bring your car seat. Or buy one. I don't know. Just you can't fucking rent the car seat.
That's good to know. I wasn't even gonna buy one because we don't have a car.
There you go, Sarah. Don't rent one. Don't rent one.
I will.
All right, you guys. Are you ready for your closer of the evening? Yes. This next comedian coming to the stage is the Real News anchor of I'm scared to say this because I keep saying politics, but it's Politipod podcast. There we go. And is on Sirius XM radio every Monday night with John Fugelsang. Please put it up for Miss Rhonda Handsome. Woo!
Thank you. Yes, my name is Rhonda Handsome, and I'm on Politipod podcast with the Real News. I am a strong Black woman. I am, but I identify as a fragile blonde. I really have some issues with being a woman of a certain age. I feel like I really should not be on social media. I have to get off social media. I know about Lisa Bonet. I don't know if anyone else knows. Lisa Bonet was married to Lenny Kravitz and is now divorcing Jason Momoa.
Yes.
When you've been with the two most beautiful men in the world, who the hell is next? Pete Davidson? I really, I think Pete has really good connections for pizza. I I have been dealing with COVID like everyone else, and I got to say hello to all these wonderful married women. It's really great that you all have such wonderful relationships. I can tell you've all been together so long you can actually finish each other's lies. It really is nice to know that you have these successful marriages. I don't know how you're making it through COVID. I actually have variant avoidance syndrome. Yeah, variant avoidance syndrome. Everyone says how mild it is having what is that new one? Omnicroissant. Yeah, it it it's the new omnicroissant. Yeah, it's the new variant. It's highly transmissible and it is mild. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. I have been. I, I cannot stand that I know so much from social media. I really can't stand it. Now, cops say there's no investigation because they weren't having sex at the Panthers NHL game. I don't know if you heard about this. Kodiak Black was doing this vigorous bump and grind with a female at the game. He brought an entirely new meaning to box suite. It really was amazing. And I hate that I know these things. I really do. I hate that. Like I saw that Gina Davis, the actress Gina Davis, called out a male actor who said she was too old to play his love interest. Gina was 20 years younger than him. And if I'm guessing right, a foot taller. Yeah. Yeah. I really feel for your travel stories. I mean that being caught, on the plane and all of the delays, it's terrible. But I don't understand why people are traveling. I just don't understand it. Is it just for the adrenaline rush of fighting? No, really. There are so many altercations on the planes, and now people have taken to smearing feces on the walls of the plane. You're you're traveling to see grandma. You're not storming the Capitol. I mean, it's ridiculous the way people are acting. So many people are having to be restrained. One woman had to be restrained with duct tape because, yes, she wanted to get off the plane mid-flight because she heard from the instructions that she would have to take care of people exiting in an emergency, and she's yelling, "I got this seat for the leg room, not the responsibility." I mean, it's crazy. The people the people who don't want to wear a mask on the plane. Well, of course, if the plane starts descending and you don't want to wear a mask, you should have decided to make a different destination. Go to Florida. You can die there without a mask very happily. People are fighting and getting duct tape. Duct tape was used to restrain a man who grabbed an attendant's boob. Grabbed an attendant's boob. The attendant was so upset he cried. the whole time he was taping that goober to the seat. He really was. Why and why are the attendants so adept at duct taping people to their seats? It's like bondage. Now you ride you ride on an airplane, you're gonna end up with a mile high bondage and discipline event. It's crazy. My heart goes out to all of the people who are stewards, who are serving people and helping people. They've been asked to not use duct tape. They've been asked to de-escalate. They've been asked to de-escalate by calling that they have an issue, calling in to the main headquarters to say we have a situation here. Yes, just a minute. I'm on hold. Grandma, could you put down the machete? Yes. I mean, the customer service hotline when you're being held a hostage. I can't even get a salt-free meal from these people. It's hard. It's hard. And then everybody's getting duct taped to their seats, and it's really horrible for that person, because you see everybody else get their luggage and leave before you do, because you're taped there. And of course, at this point, nobody has a box cutter. It it really is a harsh life. I'm a woman of a certain age. I am a woman of a certain age, and I should not be on social media. I don't know if you've heard about the Will Smith family. They have had a lot going on. They just keep having a lot going on. And it's not just about their creativity, their acting, their music. It's about their sex life. I know too much about their sex life. Like Willow, the daughter came out as gender fluid this year, but I knew that 2 years ago because I follow her on Instagram. Her brother Jaden, is gender fluid. Yeah, he it means he looks better in a skirt than I do, I think. And then Jada, the mother, had an live-in entanglement. Did you hear about this with this live-in entanglement that Will said okay to?
Oh, yes.
Her having her boyfriend in their house because his girlfriend said it was all right. I mean, these people, it's and the grandmother. Have you seen Jada's mother? Have you seen her? This woman looks fabulous.
Mhm.
She's in shape. She's beautiful, and she's tight. She's got it all together. So she got off the crack, and I'm just waiting to hear that she's a dominatrix. It really, everybody in this family is having more sex than I am, and I'm very upset. I'm very upset about it. I I have been trying to not think about aging. I love when all you youngsters talk about your aches and pains. I I am a woman of a certain age, and I have so much to deal with. Like my breasts are in a race to my knees, and luckily my stomach intervened. I really no, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I actually threw my back out fluffing a pillow, and I have to watch this stuff. I really I do. I do. I I have been trying to come to grips with the fact of being a comedian is something that people don't feel like I look like. I don't look funny. What am I? Am I supposed to walk around with my eyes crossed or an arrow through my head? People don't believe when they see me doing comedy that I actually wanted to be a nun. Oh yeah, I wanted to be a nun until I started to smoke and drink and play with the little boys. That's when the Mother Superior took me aside and she said, Rhonda, you should not be a nun if you want to smoke and drink and play with the little boys. You should be a priest. Yeah. And I would be a really hip African American priest. I would. I have a jazz mask, wear colorful kente cloths instead of the traditional wafer and wine. I'd use cornbread in a 40 ounce. Yeah. Peace be with you and with your mama. Yeah. Well, I think I have actually avoided COVID, and I'm having an allergy attack. So I'd like to go do that in peace, even though I have enjoyed being here with all of you fabulous, beautiful, funny women. Thank you for having me, Luz.
Thank you so much. Everyone, please give it up one more time for Miss Rhonda Handsome. Yes, yes, yes to everything. Yes to everything. It really does feel like such a dumpster fire. I mean, and it's true, right? The other day when I was in the supermarket, I had a cough, but it's like this nervous, like, well, what do I do if I cough? Are they going to get scared? Are they going to ask me for my card? I went outside like a fucking idiot. I went outside to cough. I didn't know what to do. It's terrible. And I didn't want to cough in the mask, and then it just hits me back in the face. It's the whole thing. But it is. If you cough or sneeze in public, it's like, like, who was that? Who was that? Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on tonight and spending your Thursday evening with me. You guys give it up one more time for Miss Rebecca Kaplan, Miss Lynette Palladino, Miss Sarah Hartshorn. Congratulations again. And Miss Rhonda Handsome. Follow Hardheaded on all the platforms. We're going to be back on January 27th. Because it's still a dumpster fire. I'll keep it going. I guess until the fire goes out. I hope that's next month, right? That's what we're hoping for. Fuck, everyone's like, February. I'm coming back in February. Yeah. Next year we're gonna be like, I'm coming back in June. But positive thoughts, you guys. Positive thoughts. As always, stay safe, stay sane, and stay motherfucking sanitized, you guys. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Night. I like